Hello, Cancer, and this is going to be your reading for this week, okay? So this is going to be for anybody who has any Cancer and anywhere in their chart. If you do, welcome. If you don't, welcome as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out, okay? And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, the way I work is that I first pull cards from the Radlech Valentine Fairy Tarot deck, then I clarify those with the Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle, and if I need any further clarification, I go with Sylvia Netzer's Mirror and Truth Lenormand deck. Now, with that being said, I'd like to remind you that we all have an intuition and it's key that we learn to use it so that it can help us in our daily life and also in tarot, but not just in tarot, alright? It comes in handy everywhere. Now, with that being said, I would like to get into your cards, okay? I already pulled out your cards and had my phone stop the recording. So I'm going to do it once more, okay? So, you got first the King of Winter in the reverse. Now, the King of Winter talks of a very unknowledgeable, very unexperienced, unfair-minded, and emotional individual, okay? This card says, so the advice that you're getting at this moment is not very objective. It's actually quite subjective, which means that the other person's input has tainted their advice. And this also says that it's an unemotional relationship, but because it is being in the reverse, I have a sneaking suspicion that this is a very emotional person. Very emotional. Okay, and so the cards clarifying that are Penelope Dreamweaver, which talks of inspiration, dreams, and magical dreams, and visions. So this person seems to have like a childlike wonder to them, which is not what a King of Winter would have, okay? And with that comes the Lady of the Harvest, which talks of completion. So, but the type of completion is more along the lines of that connection, that interpersonal connection that has been built, okay? Next, you have the honesty. So, a very important key in interpersonal connections is your honesty, your ability to be honest with the person that you are interacting with. Okay? Then you have the Master Maker. Now, the Master Maker talks of skill, craftsmanship, magician, moral strength, and invention. Now, what just jumped out to me from this card is the craftsmanship, skill, moral strength. Because in communication, when talking to people, to be a very good communicator, you need to be able to separate yourself from the conversation, from the input that you're putting into the conversation. Separate yourself from the way you think in the way that the other person will understand you the best. Okay, so you are not actually talking from your ego, you're actually talking because you want to have the relationship turn out well. Okay? And which asks for a lot of moral strength, by the way. It's not easy to separate yourself from what you it's not easy to separate yourself from what you are currently doing. That's what demands a lot of personal strength. Okay? A lot of moral strength is what I'm getting. Next, you have the World card pointing towards the left. Now, with all that I just mentioned, okay, definitely signifies that there has been a change in your life in the past that you have grown from. Okay, because the World card talks of um, a brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, right? And a journey that is now complete. You have completed a cycle, basically. You have completed a cycle in regards to your connections with other people. Now, this talks of friends, but it also talks of aid and support. So it's how you interact with others. That is the key point here. Then you have Tintin the Sylph, which talks of quickness of intellect, acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. The ability to see and to decipher how you should interact with someone else during a interaction is very important in communication skills. And so this is telling me that you've gained this ability, okay? And with that ability you've gotten the ability to change the way you view things, okay? You change the way to perceive how the world is, okay? Now, with that, you have the star. Yes, the star. And the star talks of look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from troubling times. So it's a change from... So with this King of Winter in the reverse, you have been able to change the way you interact with people, and because of that, you have gained some hope for the future, as in you are interacting better with people, so you no longer, like in my case, alright, because I do have Cancer in my chart as well. When I was little, I used to boss people around. I used to be very bossy. I'm just reiterating myself. I used to be very pushy, very bossy, very demanding, and very unfriendly. Okay? So, well, when I learned how to do these things, it was like everything shifted for me. It was complete 360, I mean. It was, 180. Complete 180. It was a very good transformation within myself. Now, that is because you have healed your shadow self, okay? You have gained some self-esteem. And this card... So you got List of the Shadows, number 1. Then you have the Singer of Healing. Okay, and the Singer of Healing talks of healing mind, body, and spirit. So yet again, we're talking about healing. Then you have Mike the My Answer, which talks of little clues everywhere, details, the message is everywhere, patience. So this transformation basically took a very long time, because that was my case. So I don't know if it's the same thing for you. This might be different for you specifically, but in my case, it did take me a lot of time, because I was operating from the same paradigm, as in this. I was operating the same way. I didn't change my paradigm. If you want to change, you have to change. If you want things to change, you have to change something in your life. So if you want to think from a different perspective, you need to change the perspective you are viewing life from. That only makes sense, no? And then because of that shift, all right, you have now been able to tap into trust, joy, patience, creativity, hope, and miracles. So you are now tapping into the more divine, the more energetic side of life. Yeah. Okay. Next card you have is the Moon card. Now, this is a Pisces card. Okay, actually here on this board, I generally only look at the major arcana for um, for indications of like to know the signs. So you got the star, which is an Aquarius card, and then you got the moon, which is a Pisces card. Okay, and the moon stands for powerful intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, as well as understanding the truth of a situation. So you have transformed yourself, and because of that, you now understand a little bit more about yourself and about how you work in this world, okay? And that is because of Sylvanus, which talks of cutting through deception, clarity, and truth. Yes. Okay, then you have Faf the Footer, which, as I was saying before in the other reading, Faf the Footer is more about grounding, earthing, being real, and centering. So this is talking about when you have your intuition is heightened, you tend to, if you yourself are not balanced, you tend to go down the deep end, in the negative end, right? Because it happened to me a couple of times. So you need to be able to ground yourself, to be able to center yourself, to be able to bring your head back down so that it doesn't inflate way too much, okay? Then you got Iris of the Rainbow, which talks of hope, promise for the future. So with this new ability of having your intuition being on point, okay, you are now, next card, you are now being able to activate, to tap into the active principle, to have spiritual will, to have justice, and as well be protected, okay, by not just, but when I say be protected, it's not from external factors. It's you have started acting in a way that demands protection. You are protecting yourself without even knowing it. That is what I mean. And then with that, you got the Singer of Initiation, which means trial, passage through trial, triumph, new level. So you have elevated yourself. You have ratcheted yourself up. You have, I tried. You're ratcheting yourself up. You know how when you ratchet, you use a ratchet to like elevate? Can you see I've never actually used a ratchet, but I get the concept. You move the ratchet, okay, and it takes you up a notch. It tightens something or it does something. So you've elevated yourself or you've elevated a situation. Okay, I hope that makes sense and you got to understand what I was trying to convey as an idea. Alright, so that is all that I have for you guys this week, Cancer. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to help. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my prize, okay? Now, with that being said, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore them comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all, okay? And with that, I would like to remind you that we all have an intuition that is key, that we learn how to use it so we can use it for bettering our life, and also to know what is for us and what isn't for us in tarot. Alright? And now, with that being said, my gorgeous Cancers, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye!